Hello, today I will give you a houseplant tour. Most of my plants live on this bright southeast facing windowsill. They get gentle, bright, direct light in the morning, which is when I film this clip, and they get bright, indirect light in the afternoon. Starting with my oldest plant, here's my golden pothos. This is my very first plant in this apartment. I got it in November 2020 from a small local plant shop at the farmer's market. I decided to get the golden pothos because my mom had one in her house and it trailed so beautifully, so I wanted one for myself too. It was a lot smaller back then and it was in this 4-inch pot when I first got it. I put it in this 6-inch pot less than 2 months ago and it is really liking it. It used to live in my kitchen where it receives medium indirect light, and I recently moved it to this windowsill so that it gets more light. I've already made some cuttings from this plant to grow a new pot of pothos right beside it, otherwise this plant would look a lot fuller. So these are the freshly propagated cuttings from the golden pothos. I took 6 cuttings from it 2 months ago and rooted them in water first before transplanting them in soil. There's no signs of any new leaves yet, but they're not dying either, so I'm just going to assume that they're busy growing new roots. Next is my aloe vera. It's my very first succulent, so I figured it needed a lot of sunlight. And initially I put it on the left side of this windowsill where you get slightly more light. But the aloe vera actually started turning red. It was clearly getting sunburned, so I moved it to this other side of my windowsill where you get slightly less light, especially in the afternoon. Ever since I moved it, it has stopped turning red, so it worked. For pretty much all my plants, I water them when the top inch of soil is dry. But aloe vera is a succulent and it needs less water, so I'm not sure how well my typical watering method really applies, and I'm still figuring out its watering needs. It has not grown much over the past couple of months, but it is not dead either, so I guess it's doing alright. Next up is my cilantro. I bought it from the grocery store at the end of April, repotted it right away. I've gotten so many cilantro leaves from it for cooking, and it also looks really good as a houseplant, if I may say so myself. Next to my cilantro are some lettuces that I'm trying to regrow from stems. I have one in soil and the other one in water. Let's hope it works. So far it's looking really promising. I also have a pot of green onions that I grew from kitchen scraps. Green onions also need a lot of sunlight, so I have it at the spot that got my aloe vera sunburned. But my green onions seem to be loving it. They grow so fast and it's really cool to see. If you cook a lot and have not tried regrowing green onions from the stems before, I highly encourage you to give it a try. If you don't have any soil, you can also grow them in water like the lettuce here. The last plant on this windowsill is my newest plant, and it's this croton here. Crotons need a lot of bright light to develop their interesting colors, so I am hoping this windowsill will do the trick, at least in the summer. I have 2 more plants in my apartment. One is this spider plant. I got it from the same local shop that I got my golden pothos and aloe vera from. I got it in April, and when I first brought it home, I had it in a low light spot in my kitchen, and it did not grow at all, even though it's spring and it's growing season. So I moved it here next to this window. Now it receives lots of indirect sunlight all day long, and it's amazing how much faster this plant is growing. If you also have a plant that is not growing as much as it is supposed to be, then try putting it at a different location in your home. The last plant that I want to show you is my neon pothos. I got this plant together with a pot from Marks & Spencer. Because I'm renting, I would prefer not to drill into the wall or the ceiling, but I still want to hang plants. So I ended up tying this plant to my window handle this spot gets so much bright indirect light throughout the entire day, so I have high hopes that this neon pothos will be very happy here. And that's all the plants currently living in my apartment. I'm very excited to see how much they will grow. Hope you enjoyed this tour, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos.